All right, so let's look at the warm up here real quick. All right, solving for x. So what do we need to do first here? Good, combine like terms. Okay, so we've got, there's a 4x, and then there's a positive 12x. So those are the x's. So 4x and 12x makes what? 16x. And then I've got a positive 12 and a positive 24. What do those make together? 36. Make 36. Whoops. Sorry, 16x plus 36 equals 180. All right, then what do we do from there? Yep, subtract 36, so 16x equals 144. Then what? What about 16? And x equals what?
9.
Yeah. Equals 9. Okay, number 2. So same thing, combine like terms 6x and 4x. So what does 6x and 4x make?
10x.
Makes 10x. All right, and then a negative 1 and a positive 31. What do those make together?
30.
Make positive 30. Okay, equals 180. Subtract 30. So these zero out, this leaves 10x equals 150. Divide by 10, and x equals 15. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just going to be doing some more reviewing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here, I'm going to work a few of these problems and just let you use it. Not that we're getting ready for the test, that's not going to be till next week. But this is just a lot of stuff we've kind of learned over the last week and a half or so. Okay, so on number 1 here, it's asking for the measurement of angle GEH. So GEH is this angle right here. All right, so if you think about it, from F around to H, how many degrees is that?
180.
Is 180, right? And so if this is 64, how am I going to find this from here to here? Yeah, just subtract. I'm just going to go 180 minus 64. And that gives you 116. Okay, number 2. You'll see this on several of these where they have these little marks. What they mean by those little marks is they're saying that this angle and this angle are equal to each other. Okay? They're saying this angle and this angle are congruent. So this is asking for the measurement of arc YX. So that's from here to here. Well, from Y to W, how many degrees is that? 180. And they're saying these two are equal. So basically it's just cutting that 180 in half. So how big would each of these angles be? They'd both be 90. Angles are 90. Whoops, sorry. Angles are 90, which means this arc out here is 90. Okay, number 3 asks for IKH, arc IKH. Now remember the order of the letters matters here. So I start at I, and I've got to hit K before I hit H. So I cannot go this way, because if I go this way, I'm going to hit H first. So IKH means to go from here to hit K and just keep on going all the way around to right here. Okay, so it's asking for this wrapped all the way around to right here. Okay, well, the thing is I need to know how big this angle is right here. So let's do this. From I to L is how many degrees? 180, it's half of a circle. So this is 70, this is 70. So 70 and 70 makes 140. So what does this have to be to get all the way to 180? It's got to be 40. Right? Because 40 plus 70 adds up to 180. Now, if this angle is 40, how big is this angle right here? It's 40 also, because what type of angle are these two?
Vertical.
They're vertical angles. Yep. So that's what I need now. Okay? How many total degrees is there in a whole circle? 360. So this arc is nearly the whole circle, but without this 40 degrees included. So it's 360, take away 40. What does that leave? It's going to be 320 degrees. Which actually on that one, that answer was kind of obvious. Because you knew it was going to be most of the circle. The rest of these aren't even close to a full circle. So that's the one that had to have been on there. Okay, let's flip it to the next page. Okay, so on this one, it's talking about this being x plus 138 and this being x plus 48. How many degrees is it from G all the way around to J? 180. So I know this plus this is going to equal 180, okay? So it's going to look like this. X plus 138 plus x plus 48 equals 180. Okay, those two together add up to equal 180 degrees. So now I'm just going to solve that like we did on our warm-up. So we have 1x and another x. So how many x's do we have? We have 2x. And then we have 138 and 48. What does that make together? 186 equals 180. Minus 186. So 2x equals negative 6 divided by 2. And negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Now, notice up here it's asking for kg. Okay? Kg is right here, this x plus 138. So I'm going to take this negative 3. I'm going to plug it in right there for x. So what is negative 3 plus 138?
135.
Is 135. Okay, number 2. Same thing, from K around to N, how many degrees is this? 180. So that plus that plus that are going to equal 180. So on this one, it's going to be 63 plus x plus 70 plus x plus 53 equals 180. All right, I just did this plus this plus this to equal 180 because that's 180 degrees from here to here. All right, I'm going to combine like terms. I have x and x, so that's 2x. And then 63, 70, and 53. This what? 186?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to be that way every time. 2x equals negative 6, so this ends up being the same thing there. X equals negative 3. All right, so I'm going to take this negative 3 and I'm going to plug it in right here. What's negative 3 plus 53?
50.
It's 50. Now on this one, notice it's asking for LNK. Okay, so oh, whoops, I looked at that wrong. We did not need that. Okay, I'm sorry. We need LNK, so LNK is all the way from here to here. Okay, so really I should have plugged in that -3 right here. I was looking at that wrong. So if we plug in -3 right there, what's 63 minus 3? Is 60. So this arc we're looking for is the whole circle, but without the 60 degrees included. So what's 360 minus 60? It's going to be 300. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn to the next page. All right, on this next one. All right, if this arc is congruent to this arc, then I know this chord and this chord are congruent. So we're going to set 38 equal to 4x plus 10 and solve for x. So we'll subtract 10 on both sides. 28 equals 4x. Divide by 4. And x equals 7. All right. Look at this one below here. Assume that the radius and the chord that are drawn are perpendicular. Okay, how long is the whole radius on this circle?
10.
The radius is 10. Right? 7 together with 3 is 10. And what I'm looking for is the length of DE. I want to know how long this whole segment is from here to here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a radius from A to E. So from A to E, how long is that radius? 10 units. Okay, I know this is 7. And that's perpendicular. And I'm looking for this side. So how am I going to find that side right there? Yeah, the Pythagorean Theorem. So I'm going to go 10 squared minus 7 squared. Square rooted. What does that give you? .14. Okay. Which means from D to right here is 7.14. So 7.14, 7.14. How long is that whole segment right there going to be? 14.28. Yep. Okay. On number 4 underneath there, this asks for the length of the arc. So on this one, here's the formula. 2 times pi times r, which is 11, times 120 over 360. And these are. That should give you 23. 0.04 yards. Okay, now on the very back. Okay, what is the center of this circle?
E.
This point E. Okay. So on these, we're gonna name the one that is a chord only. The one that is only a chord. Which one up there do you think is just a chord?
LM.
Okay, LM goes through it. And we really haven't talked about that, but that's the reason we're doing this. I'm going to tell you what this is in a second. A chord has to end and finish on the edge of the circle. So it's IH. Yep. Okay, name a radius. There's two that are drawn. Okay, EF would work, or we could put EG would work. Okay, let's go down to this one. Which one's a diameter? Diameter is FG, yep. Okay, these other two we haven't talked about. We'll probably talk about these in a couple days. A tangent is a line that hits the circle just at one single point on the outside. So in this case, JK is the tangent, where it just barely touches it. Okay, and then a secant is basically a chord, but it's a line instead of a line segment. It passes through the circle like this. So the secant here is LM, which actually I should put